Hello everyone. So it's been about 4 weeks since I last recorded a video for the channel. A big part of the reason has been I just haven't been buying many cards. I stopped joining breaks of the WSL tourney set, so I've not really been getting many cards in that way. And in general, I've just been trying to be a bit more careful with how much I spend on cards. So I've got a few bits that have come in sort of over the last 4 weeks, probably enough now to sort of show off in a video. So I've got a big stack of women's football cards. I'll start with the one men's football purchase I've made. So it is an Everton auto. Calvert-Lewin doesn't yet have any Leeds United autos. So once he gets some, I'll probably sell this one or give it to my brother. But for the time being, it was nice and cheap on eBay. Obviously had a really good season for us, so picked that up. I got a couple of F1 cards, nothing to scream out about, but if you've seen my F1 collection updates before, I'm a big fan of getting meaningful Tops Now cards. So this is one of Kimi Antonelli's cards from this year. So I've already got his first win card, and then this was his youngest ever driver to achieve a Grand Slam. So that's topping every practice session, every qualifying session, getting pole position, getting the fastest lap, leading every lap of the race. So he absolutely dominated. It was in Monaco, yeah, where he won so comfortably. And then the next one I got was Hamilton's first win for Ferrari. Thought that was a really cool one to add to the collection. I don't have too many Hamilton Tops Now. I mean, he's not had that many over. Well, he's had a few still over the last few years, but obviously he hasn't won many races the last couple of seasons. I've got a lot from like the 2021 season, from when it was the him versus Max showdown. But yeah, I was happy to add that. I've made one addition to my red Liverpool WSL Eternity set. This one came available on eBay. So this is the Mia Enderby milestone card. Coming off the bench when they beat Arsenal at the Emirates. Start of the season, early in the season, 3 years ago. So that was a cool one to add. This stack looks slightly bigger than it is. There's a few from one purchase. So I've picked up these Futera Arsenal cards that are really cool. I don't know if I'll keep them long term or I'll trade them with Arsenal fan for something I want, but some of these some I'll definitely keep when you see the players they are. But Arsenal's license is slightly different to other clubs, so they have a license with Futera as well as like Tops and Panini. So there's Taylor Hines, Caldente, Chloe Kelly, Russo, and all in this design. And there's a Williamson as well. Yeah, there's a Williamson. So those ones are cool. And then there's this second design where there's an Olivia Smith and Emily Fox. So I picked them up as a bundle. I thought they were cool. A new addition to my autograph women's collection, another player that's played for England whose autograph I didn't own. So this time being Ruby Mace. They eventually dropped really to a point where they were cheap on eBay, so then I picked one up. They were quite expensive when the set came out, but to be honest, I think she's a little bit overhyped. I mean, she's played for Leicester and Everton the past couple of seasons. She's been linked with bigger clubs, but still sort of waiting for her to sort of see that what everyone else, well, not everybody else, but what other people are seeing in her. But yeah, she's made the odd appearance for England. I already own one of these, a Rachel Daly Lioness's Eternity autograph, but this one was on really cheap. Reason I bought it is it means I can have one out on my display shelves, and if the autograph fades, I've still got one. So it's quite cool to have one in hand. A random player me and my wife like, from the WSL Eternity set, Summonum out of 5. Again, just came up on eBay very cheap, so I picked that up. A couple of autographs from the latest Top Scroll Women's set, so I am pretty much staying away from this set and just picking up the odd autograph that I want. So I have got a Caldente Auto due. I don't own her autograph yet, but that hasn't arrived. These two I picked off someone off Instagram. I've been wanting to get a Beaver Jones autograph for quite a while. She doesn't have any England autographs that are licensed. She has Topps unlicensed autographs that look rubbish. And then she's got WSL Eternity autographs, but they're quite a bit more expensive than these chrome ones. And I didn't own Pernille Harder's autograph, obviously one of the best players in the world. So I picked them up, so they were nice additions. One that came today, another addition to my Red Represent set. So a player that didn't play in the Euros win this previous summer. But obviously a big player for England in Millie Bright. She played in the qualifying campaign, and again this dropped up price where I was happy to pick up off eBay. I've been watching it for a while, but it wasn't one I needed for the Euros winning team set I was doing, so I just took my time on that one. So that was a nice addition. Then the last thing I picked up, I thought was really cool, is this M&S England full collection. I think you get them from the shops, but I was never going to go into M&S and start buying food there just to get some stickers. So people are selling them relatively cheaply, these full sets. So you've got the badge, you've got supporter in Ian Wright, they've got the manager Tuchel and the assistant. And then you get into the player pictures, you've got the three goalkeepers, Pickford, Henderson and Trafford. Then you've got the defenders, some of them being shiny like John Stones here, and then others just being this white border like Jed Spence. It's not necessarily the full squad from the from the World Cup, because they were printed before, they're in the old kit. But it's still quite a cool set to have. So you got Anderson, that's quite a cool one to have. Bellingham, obviously one of the main players who's doing well at this tournament. Cole Palmer obviously didn't go, as did Phil Foden, but Declan Rice is doing well. Harry Kane is obviously shiny. And then in addition to that, there's a few from the women's team, not as many. We got Wiegman, you've got an image of the team, Hampton, Williamson, shiny bronze, Greenwood, Carter, Stanway, Kelly, James, Hemp, Russo, and this is a really cool one, Adjiman. So she doesn't have any like official English. So from the Lionesses tournament selection, she only had rookie autographs that weren't when she was playing for the full team. She was playing for the under-21s. So these are really cool because it's the first sort of like product that she's been in where she's a member of the full team. And then a few just these action shots stickers. So it's a 50 sticker set. I'm probably going to put these into a binder eventually. I just need to find one that's got enough space in with 50 slots. And if I might separate the women from the men, I'm not sure. But they were quite cool to pick up. And in general, that's sort of all I've picked up this past month. I was meant to be going to a card show tomorrow, on the day I'm filming this, but I'm going to go to a local festival thing near my mum and dad's instead, and spend time with family rather than going to a city centre and spending a lot of money on cards where I just don't really have the drive for it at the moment. I'd rather use the money towards other things. But I'll still be picking up small bits. I've not done necessarily videos in the past where I've gone through all my binders, so I'll probably do some of them in the future. Some of my past recent videos are ones where I was going through my storage boxes and what was in them. So I'll probably go through my binders and then see whatever else, and then just do the occasional updates of when new stuff comes in. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll catch you later.